How's it going, guys, and welcome back to my garage. So yes, it is a brand new week over here at the shop, and there's been a little bit of development over the weekend. So guys, yeah, I don't really know where to start. It's been quite an eventful weekend, if I must say. So yeah, as you guys know, in the last episode we had the BMW E30, the black one, that we fixed up the suspension and also the bodywork. Well, we kind of cheated that way. We take it over to Middletown and we got it repainted and just sorted out the suspension here at the shop. And I ended up putting that car up for sale on my Discord server. So if you guys haven't joined the Discord server yet, there is a link down in the description. Go and check it out. So yes, guys, so what happened was within a matter of seconds after I posted the car, my good friend Delboy in my Discord server, he decided to buy the car straight off the bat for its asking price of $35,000. So yes, guys, we did make quite a bit of money off of that car, and I'm quite happy, quite stoked. And yeah, I actually have got something that I need to show you guys, but yeah, it's going to be a matter of going up to the barn. I think let's do that before we start having a look at those two cars parked outside. Let's just see what the heck. Yeah, this is our screwdriver from the Elka Machino here. So yeah, guys, as I said, these tools, they always fall down. And we've got a pry tool here somewhere as well. Okay, so that needs to go back onto there. So I think what I'm going to do, first of all, guys, before we get into all of that, I'm going to show you guys the frame of the B200 we bought of my good friend Laszlo. So yeah, as I mentioned in the last episode, this is it's a very bare bones frame, and I'm going to be sending this thing over to my good friend JD from Dactyl Gaming. If you guys haven't had a look at his channel yet, there is a link down in the description to his channel as well. Go and check him out, give him a little bit of a subscribe, and maybe also watch some of his videos, guys. He's got some good stuff going on there. So yeah, let me quickly pop open this barn and see if this truck is behind. I think it's behind barn 0. I can't remember. Alrighty, guys. So there she is. This is our B200 frame that I'm going to be sending over to my good friend JD, aka Dactyl Gaming. So what we're going to ask of him is to fix up this thing. So everything you see here in the barn, including the 2 engines, I got off my good friend Laszlo for the price of $1,800, which I paid him already, I think like 2 episodes ago. So yeah, that has been sorted out, and yeah, I'm going to be sending this thing over to my good friend JD, and pretty soon you will see this that truck in his videos. He's going to be doing a little bit of a custom build for us. Nothing fancy. I didn't tell him to do anything special with it. We just want to get ourselves a box truck built out of this thing. So he's going to be taking the bed off the box, just slapping a flatbed on for us, putting the suspension together, and yeah, he's also got an engine that he's going to be throwing in for us into this thing. And you guys might be wondering, so how are we going to be paying JD for this? So let's close up the garage door, then I'm going to go and show you guys exactly what's happening. Alrighty, so now that that barn is closed up and we've got the 2 V8 engines loaded that we got with the pickup truck frame, we can just call it the frame for now because it's not really anything else. So yes, guys, I actually did send that file with the frame over to my good friend JD already, so he actually has got it already before now. So I just thought I'd show you guys exactly what it is that we got off our good friend Laszlo. And yeah, that is going to be, that bond will probably be deleted and we'll get the final product back from our good friend JD. So yes, guys, as for the way we are going to be paying our good friend JD for doing all of this work on our truck, what the heck am I doing? Let's actually pull the Elka Machino back inside. We'll just put it right over here. I think that'll do. Okay, guys, so I initially offered to give him the wagon over here, Cheeto, as part of the payment, but he didn't seem interested in it. So he said that he would like it if we would build him a custom vehicle on our series and also in our shop here. So he asked me for a black on black Chad, which is actually the in-game Dodge Charger lookalike. So guys, now there's been a little bit of discussions going on the My Garage Discord, and it looks like this car might or might not be getting a rework. I don't know. I guess we'll see. There's still a little bit of speculation going on to whether we are going to be getting another vehicle that is going to resemble the Dodge Charger, and this one stays as it is, because there's a whole lot of people who actually built a lot of these, and they've put some decals on and stuff, and it's going to all be messed up if the developer decides to rework this car. So for that reason, I think he might actually be just adding another vehicle, which is going to resemble the Dodge Charger a little bit better. Because according to him, this is the only car that doesn't really resemble the real car. Because all the other base game cars actually kind of resembles real life cars, like the Wolf representing the Mercedes W124, and also the Rat, which is a E36 BMW. And we've got the Bart, which is the Dodge Challenger, 1970s Dodge Challenger. And we've got the Jesse El Camino. And yeah, I don't really have to carry on, guys. You get the picture there. So yes, guys, what's going to happen with this thing is we are going to be going through this car suspension-wise, first of all, because he actually requested kind of a drag build. So we are going to be redoing the suspension. But I think what I'm going to start with today, we're going to start with the bodywork. So I'm going to be pulling this bad boy into the paint booth over here. We're going to see if we can get all of the rust taken off of this thing, because it's quite a solid car, and we got it for a decent price. And I was actually lucky enough to find this one, which is a black on black. It's got relatively high mileage, but yeah, it's not really something that we can do anything about, but it's okay. So it's an original black, which is this color code, and it's got original black leather interior, which actually looks pretty decent. We've got a worn passenger seat and a worn panel back there, but I'll probably get all new panels and stuff, because we are doing a very top dollar build for a very top dollar build being done at his shop. So I guess we're gonna try and make this the best we can, guys, and just try and do a proper job. So yeah, as for the other vehicle outside, which is currently a private mod by Extractical, and I think it's also sort of like a joint mod, or a team effort between him and the guy who made the original Pontiac Firebird mods back in the day, Nick's Speed Shop. So they kind of put this thing together. It's a standalone vehicle, so you can see the name shows up there. It's a 1979 Firebird. Yeah, it's got all of its regular in-game stuff, like the interior. It's all custom made. So this thing is completely a standalone vehicle. I don't think this mod is currently being worked on anymore. I haven't seen any updates to it. So I guess this is basically as good as it's gonna get, guys. But yeah, I decided to buy one of these because I wanted to show you guys, the viewers, what it's all about, as we are going to be doing the restoration on this thing. So my plan for this thing is, this is going to become my personal vehicle that I'm going to keep for myself in the save, guys. So my plans are, I'm going to try and build this one up to become a drag car, which is something that we started off in the Revival series season 2, which kind of went dead because of game updates and stuff that got broken, and that save game was just way too laggy and too many issues going on with it. So I decided to start a fresh one, which is the current series you guys are watching. So yes, I am going to be pulling this thing into the shop as well, because we've got space and we've got lifts and stuff, and yeah, might as well bring her inside. So yeah, I picked this thing up for quite a bargain. It was like, I think, only 11 grand. I can't really recall now what it said on the information page, how much this thing is worth. But yeah, we're going to be doing something nice with this. Once again, we do have got some weird collisions with all the modest cars, it seems, getting them up onto the lifts. So yeah, that is kind of weird. I don't know what's going on with that. So we're not going to be putting this thing up on the lift in this episode. We'll probably just work on the chat for now, and then once we are ready, we'll start digging into this thing. So yeah, guys, that is basically what's going on. So you might be wondering what's going to happen with Cheeto over here. So I decided we are going to do something different with this one, guys. I'm going to put this thing up on auction. So the current value of the car, it's $10,686.32. So if I put this thing up on auction, I know it might go a bit crazy with the bids. I don't know, it depends on how much people would like to get their hands on this thing. So yeah, sometimes guys, the cars that I put on auction on my Discord, they sell for in the millions, if not yeah more sometimes. I think one of my vehicles actually sold for, I think 2.3 million at some point, but yeah, I can't really recall now. But okay, so business at hand. We need to start getting the rust off of the Chad that we are going to be building for our good friend JD. So guys, let's grab our toolbox, and I decided we're not going to be bothered with buying bags of sand and transporting them back and forth. I'm just going to use the angle grinder because it's relatively simple, and this car doesn't have a lot of rust on it. Let's just do a quick inspection. I think it's this quarter panel. This rocker panel might be a bit of an issue. This fender, and then we've got a bit of rust on this door over here, which isn't too terrible. So I think let's start over here. On the driver's side, we're going to take this door panel off, and as we take parts off, we'll just more or less get an idea of what the condition of them. So this one is 74%. It's not too bad, but I think what we're going to do, we're going to get brand new interior for this thing. We're also going to redo the suspension on this bad boy, make sure this thing is as good as it gets. He actually asked me to lift the rear up a bit and make it kind of look like a Fast and Furious Dodge Charger. So that's kind of what we are going to be working towards, and I think we are going to be slapping a supercharger on this engine and some performance goodies. We're going to try and make some decent amount of power with the in-game stuff, guys. I do know JD has got quite a lot of mods as well, but I think we're going to stick to our roots here, making the cars as vanilla as possible, but also decent. We might slap on some nice rims, drag wheels, because there are quite a few available from Spasman's mods that he made a while ago. Some rims and all sorts of wheels and tires and stuff. So we'll get some proper wheels from there, because I know JD has got those mods. I've seen it in his videos. So we're going to maybe just do something nice for him. There we go. The rust on this door has disappeared. So yeah, I don't see any more rust on it. So I think we should be golden. Alrighty, let's go over to the other side of here. So this is the new texture of rust that I've mentioned before. So it looks like it's kind of rounded rust, more contained than the rust that's usually like on the car, other panels of the car, like this over here, which is a little bit more splattered all over the place, if I can call it that. I don't really know how to call it, but okay. So yes, let's see if we can get this quarter panel also de-rusted. It should go relatively good with the angle grinder. And I might just pop this trim off, just to be sure we get into all of those nooks and crannies where the rust would like to try and hide from you. Now realistically, in real life, you should take the chrome off before trying this. But who knows, we might actually, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. We might actually just have it disappear on us, and then that panel should actually be rust free. But I'm just going to check it anyway, because why the heck not? Yeah, I'm happy with that. It looks fairly good. And do we have... Yeah, we still have got rust. Obviously, that rocker panel, which is going to be a bear to get to. Remove all of the rust. So we might end up cutting it off rather. I think, yeah, let's just go ahead, bite the bullet. We're going to cut the damn thing off and see if we can get rid of the rust on it. And if we can't, we'll just buy a new one, I guess. Alright, so... yeah, this thing's always got a crap ton of weld you need to cut. I think that's actually the firewall. I don't know. It's kind of like... yeah, this thing is attached to every single other panel close to it. Okay, is that it? Yes, that is it. Okay, so we've got the rocker panel off, and the rust condition went up to 5 stars. So that is golden. So if we try and de-rust this now, let's just turn on our flashlight on our head, or the torch, or the... headlamp, whatever you'd like to call it, guys. Because I did put some extra lights in here. It's not bad. Could actually maybe do with a little bit more lights. We'll see. I don't know. It actually impacts the FPS quite a bit if you add too many lights in your shops, guys. So just be wary of that if you ever do decide to build your own shop. It does kill your performance quite a bit. It's quite hectic how much that impacts it. But okay, carrying on with this thing. We're just going to grind all of this down. I don't know if there's any hidden rust somewhere else on this thing. We might actually have got it now. Yeah, so yeah, there's some rust down there. I don't know if we're going to get to it. Okay, but let's try this. We got a thin little slither of rust running along there on the edge. Let's try and do a good job here for our good friend JD. Make sure this thing's going to be completely rust free. Not have any issues at all. Because yeah, we're getting a very decent truck built by him. So this is kind of also like a trading thing that we are doing with our good friend JD. We're trading this car for the truck that he's going to build for us. So yeah, I think it kind of would work out. All right, we've got all the stars for the rust. So I think we are golden, guys. So now I just need to get that thing welded back into place. So let's bring our welding machine. Gotta put it right over here. Okay, and as we are going to be painting this car black, it might be a little bit of an issue getting the thing painted properly because it's a dark color. And as you guys know, dark colors in my garage, painting it with all sorts of ways, it's not really ever gonna look the greatest. So we might end up taking this thing over to the paint booth in Middletown, but I'm going to give it a shot and see if our spray paint compressor over there is going to do a good job. If not, and I'm not happy with the way this thing looks, we're just going to drive it out to Middletown and get it repainted over there. Or we could actually do it in the paint booth, because that is actually sometimes more issue of rust while I take it over to Middletown. Not really so much for the painting, because you can actually get the same results in the paint booth mod we've got over there next to the gas station. So that might be something we'll have to do. And I just wanted to check. Yeah, I don't see any rust back here. Okay. So guys, I think this thing is now completely rust free. We sorted that issue out. So what I'm going to do is we're going to change the color code to this 170606. And that is what we are going to buy. So let's just Control C, copy the color code. You guys heard the click over there. So yeah, we're going to go and buy some paint cans. I'm going to try my best at painting this thing next. So we're going to buy the paint can. Okay, might get 2 of these because they are kind of inexpensive. And the nice thing is you can also pop these in your backpack to carry them over. Okay, so we'll put that over there. And this little ladder over here, guys, I haven't had much success using it because the damn thing keeps moving. It would be nice if they actually made it so that that thing could, you know, stay put. We still got paint in here. What paint was this? This was, oh, the paint from the rat. Yeah, that was from the rat we sold to our good friend Hugo. Okay, so we still have got that paint as well. Okay, so now, yeah, my good friend Laszlo, he actually had an issue with the spray paint compressor. Putting the lid back on. So, guys, you need to right-click to take the lid off. And then to put the lid back on, you just wait for the check mark and it pops back on. So, Laszlo was thinking he needed to right-click on it to tighten it down again. And then when you grab the thing, the lid did that. So that's apparently what happened with him. So yeah, just put it on and you leave it. You don't need to kind of tighten it back down. You just pop it on. It kind of snaps on. You just got to make sure it actually goes on, because it's, yeah, typical my garage stuff. All right, guys, so we're going to hit our X button. We're going to change it to large, and I'm going to paint the living crap out of this thing. It's almost got a bit of a purple tint to it, which is actually pretty nice. I think it will look good. I don't know if JD would mind it. If he wants it completely black, guys, yeah, by all means, we will go ahead and do that for him. We'll turn this into a Black Beauty version 2.0. Yeah, I think the spray paint compressor doesn't do a bad job at painting this car, guys. It looks like it's covering quite well. My goodness, yeah, this thing is going to be super sleek with this paint job, guys. Alrighty. Just got to make sure we cover all of every inch of this thing. Yeah, that kind of has got a purple tint to it. I don't know if it really shows up on camera as much or on the recording. I guess I'll only see once I start editing this video, guys, how this thing is going to turn out. But okay. I think we should just continue with this. It's going to take me probably a hot minute because this isn't one of the smallest cars in the game. So yeah, luckily we did buy some extra paint. And I think we should manage to finish the whole paint job with this. Alright, the roof is usually the part where you can easily miss a little bit, because especially painting a dark color like this, you need to make sure you go over every inch of the car. I haven't even done the other door inside yet, but we'll get to that, guys. I will make sure this thing is perfect, as good as it can get. And that's the first paint can empty. Okay, let's pop off our lid again. We'll unscrew that. So yeah, that is gonna go in the bin eventually. We'll just put it right there. I'll do the cleanup afterwards. Unless if you guys really want to see me do cleanups in my shop, I mean, that's also something we could do. We could have like a spring clean day. No, I'm just kidding. What fun would that be? Watching me clean out the trash in my shop. But okay, so guys, I think we are still making good progress on this paint job. It's almost as if there's rust over there. Yes, that is rust. Okay, where's our ring-a-ding-ding-ding machine ding thingy? This one, yeah, the angle grinder thingy. There we go, and that took care of it. Just a quick tap of the old grinder over there. We're gonna be changing the hood if we're doing a hood scoop on this thing, probably, guys. But meh, we'll send the stock hood with JD, and then it's gonna be, yeah, with the car, at least if he decides to detune it one day. You could put the stock hood back on. Now, I actually made a big mistake. I didn't check for dents on this car, guys, which is a bit of an issue because I don't know if it's got any dents. I doubt it does, because it didn't look like anything was out of proportion or out of whack. Alright, guys, I'm going to cheat a little bit. We're going to use the no-clip mod just to get up here. Because, as I said, that little ladder over there is not ideal. It kind of still moves around. Okay, but here we go. I think that is looking kind of snazzy. It looks quite good. I think it came out perfect. Right, turning off the no-clip mod. And what do we have? We've got full 5 stars on the paint job. Okay, so I think we just need to check that driver's side door on the inside, because yeah, it might not be perfect yet. Okay, but I think it's good enough now, guys. I actually do like this color. I just hope JD is going to like it as well, because it's got that little bit of an orange, not really orange, more like purple. Funcle, what are you on about? Okay, so yeah, purple-ish tint to the black paint. I think it looks good. I really like it. I really, really like it. I think it is immaculate. Okay, so as for the engine in this thing, guys, now this is probably one of the best engines that I've ever seen on a used car. It's got no visual worn parts. Okay, well, there's the oil pan and maybe like the fuel line, and the gearbox is definitely shot. And he did request a 4-speed gearbox in this thing, very strangely enough. I don't know if he doesn't have the mod for the 6-speed gearbox, but I guess we'll give him what he wants, guys. He wants a 4-speed with a V8 drag spec car, so we're going to be tuning the living crap out of the engine. But we are going to be, yeah, just putting in a 4-speed gearbox for him. Alright, let's just get this door panel mounted back on for the time being. As I said, I am going to be replacing all of the interior on this thing for him. I'm going to make this thing nice and smooth. And I kind of feel like I need to go and buy some more tools, a secondary toolbox, because we need to always carry this thing wherever we want to go with it. And yeah, it would be nice if we had like a toolbox for the paint booth, or maybe just even a, you know what, I actually, come to think of it, I should actually start using the mod by Minty. So he's got a couple of furniture pieces, for those of you who don't know. It's a paid mod. So you can actually buy some furniture pieces for your shop. And also if you really want to buy build a house, you can actually buy furniture for a house. He's got like refrigerators and beds and sofas and all sorts of chairs, and there's like appliances and stuff. So yeah, it's actually pretty cool. We should definitely go and have a look at that mod at some point again, and just show you guys the updates that he's done to it and what else is available. I think there's a safe that he added. He added like an ATM, which is actually quite useful for the roleplay stuff that I usually do. So yeah, guys, I've got a little bit of news about the roleplay series, the next one. I am working on it. It's a work in progress. I'm busy preparing it. I've got some buildings from one of my other members in my Discord, a good friend of mine as well, English Gamer on YouTube, guys. Go and check him out as well. I'll put a link to his channel as well. And also, while you guys are at it, also go and check out my good buddy Hugo, who bought the Rat E36 from me. I'll put some links, a link to his channel down below as well. So there's going to be a total of 3 YouTubers' channels down below in this video. So go and check them out, guys. Show them some love. Give them a sub. Watch some of their videos, guys, because that's what it's all about, guys. YouTube is about watching videos of people you love playing games. So yeah, well, in this case, in the gaming YouTubers case. So yes, guys, we are going to be doing this now. I know this is a bit of an issue, these wheels, so we're going to take them off carefully. I'm going to be stripping this suspension down next. We're going to check what is going on here. See, I told you guys, these wheels are freaking bugged to hell. I don't know why or what it is, but it's a base game wheel, but it always does all sorts of weird things. So we're just going to unbolt them, unbolt the thing, and just let it drop down on its own. Okay, kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with these rims, but it's just this one. It's just these designs, they like to do it. Alright, so the wheels actually 77%, 98%, 37%, 73%. Okay, so 3 out of the 4 wheels are kind of decent. Okay, but yeah, as I said, we're going to be building some, putting some decent drag wheels on this thing. And we might spice it up a bit with some chrome goodies under here. I don't know yet exactly what I'm going to do, but we're going to make it nice for our friend JD. And he's also got the Material Master mod, which I've seen in his videos. So that's going to make it possible for us to also use the Material Master in making this thing look good and fancy and snazzy and all that good stuff. Alright, so leaf springs are out. They are quite a bit worn. That one's 55, that one's 66%. Okay, so let's continue with the brakes. Brake caliper shot. Now, if you are building a very fast car, you would definitely want to have good brakes. So I'm going to set a minimum part condition for this car. I think if we go to 85% minimum, guys, I think that's the quality we're going to go and work with on this car, which I don't really expect the same from the truck at all, guys. I'm just putting a good standard down here for this car, because this is going to be something that I also want to be proud of, and then something that JD can also be proud of, and he can actually use it without running into trouble with it. Okay, so let's have a look at this shock absorber. If it's not above 85%, it's actually perfectly on spec, 85%. Well, what do you know? Oh, but yes, we're going to be getting the lifted leaf springs, and yet again, I haven't even unloaded the freaking engines from the Alka Machino here, guys. Alright, so how are we going to do this? I think let's do it like this. Okay, that's the plug wires. I want to take that off. Okay, can you please lay upright or stand upright? Okay, let's put it like this. I don't know if it's going to stay like this. No, it doesn't even want to go on like this, but okay. Alright, we need to build ourselves something or somehow a place where we can keep the engines. I actually think that mod that I mentioned by Minty has got some shelves that will actually fit the engines quite well. So for now, we're just going to pop in this room over here in our office. So we are going to be using some of that, or these engines maybe in some other projects. We still got the inline 6 as well that came out of our Alka Machino here, which we can actually still use in another project. So my initial thought was I was going to send the inline 6 over to JD as well so that he can put that into our box truck that he's building for us. But he said no, he's got a V8 sitting in the shop and he's going to slap that into there for us. So that's very nice of him. Okay, what the heck am I doing back here? What did I really want to do now? I don't know. Let's just continue stripping parts of this thing, guys. Sometimes I get so easily distracted with all sorts of crap. So, alright. Moving along swiftly. And there goes the whole freaking axle thing. Nearly took my head off. That's 54%. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what I wanted to do now. Yes. Of course. As you guys know, I put my junk in the trunk. That didn't sound very good, but okay. We're putting all of the junk parts, the scrap parts, in the back of the bed of the truck. Let me rephrase it like that. Okay. So we're going to be moving the El Camino a bit closer. Same as we did with the E30 when we did the suspension work on the E30 and the E36, I think I did. Yeah, we didn't really do a lot of work to the E36, guys. That was mostly a paint and rust repair job. But okay, all of the scrappy stuff can go straight into the El Camino here. So let's maybe do that. I hope we're not going to be running out of money this time round because, yeah, I doubt we will because I've got a like, well, 12,000 bucks. So I think that's good. Yeah, I can't decide what I want to do with these wheels now because, yeah, these things are bugged. So I'm just going to go and get rid of this. I don't think we need it. We've got some wheels on the Pontiac over there, which we can maybe keep around the shop for future projects. Because I don't think we're going to be keeping these around because they are kind of bugged. All right, now that all of the crap is loaded. All right, yes. That can go to the scrap. That is scrap. Okay, well, this is scrap. The brake line we can still keep because that is still looking kind of good. Where the heck? Screwdriver. That's what I wanted. Okay. Let's see if this disc is worth anything. It's 80%, which is not too shabby. I'm going to put it on the shelf over here, but it's not good enough for JD's car, guys. It's not 85%. So yeah, that is the standard we are setting for this car. And parts below 75% I'm going to scrap. It's not going to be worthwhile for me to keep it around the shop at this stage. Or at least that's my motto. I can see the handbrake cable on this thing is shot, so I'm not even going to bother taking it off. We are, however, going to inspect this differential, which is 81%. But I think for JD's car, we're going to do a 3.2 differential to give it a little bit more top speed. And I know that's not really what you want on the drag strip, but believe me, guys, I've tested this before on the drag strip. You actually run out of revolutions in your engine before you hit the end of the strip, especially with a powerful engine. So it's going to end up being a little bit better. Okay, so this is 60%, which is under 75 as well. So we're going to junk it. All right, that is 54%, also junk. So yeah, as I said, we're going to be doing the 3.2 differential in this thing. Not necessarily the locked differential, because locked differentials, I think, yeah, I don't know, maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's more for like a drift build and also an off-road vehicle. I don't know, but a solid welded diff, I don't know, guys, it's not really the greatest idea. Okay, so this exhaust is 70%, which is not 75. So yeah, we're gonna scrap it. All right, so let's just put that into there. Okay, and we're also going to take off this over here. I still need to take off the drive shaft. Mustn't forget about that. All right, this exhaust is 82%, but it's not 85%. So it's gonna make it hard. Which side is this one? This is the right-hand side. Okay, crap. Well, we'll just put it on this long shelf. Over here, that is going to be sticking around the shop for now. Alright, let's take off this drive shaft. As I said, it's going to be much better for us to just rather take it off now, because otherwise, yeah, once you get the transmission out of this thing, and yeah, it's already bugged. because I didn't loosen the freaking bolts over there. So now this thing is going to be stuck here until we save and reload the game. Okay, well, what the heck, you know what? I'll just be sure to take it off then next time around, guys. I'm not going to save and reload now. Alright, let's continue with the front suspension. Gonna just take off this upper control arm because that is stuck to the inner fender. Same with the shock absorber, is going to be bolted onto the inner fender, which these parts are both quite bad. Well, not bad, but it's too worn for this car. Alright, same with this upper control arm. That's rusty as hell, so that can go... It could actually go into the Alka Machina, but we'll just continue with this for a bit. Yeah, these parts, none of them are good enough for this car, guys. Or for the build that we're going with here. So, okay. Let's undo those. We're going to undo this. And this. Undo that, undo that. That is undone already. Okay, engine mounts. And here comes the whole cross member. Alrighty, and what do we have over here still? We've got the torsion bars in there, which we're going to have to take out. We are going to be going with stock torsion bars at the front. We'll go with the lifted suspension at the rear. We're going to put on some fat, meaty drag tires at the back. And we'll try and see if we can find some skinnier ones for the front. Just to make this thing look really nice like a drag car. I don't really know if JD wants a drag car per se, but we're going to give him a drag car because that's kind of what he wanted. If he wants to use it as a daily, he could just we could maybe supply him with 2 sets of wheels for this car and a set of stock rear springs. I think that might actually be what we're going to do. So if he wants to make this thing into a daily, it's going to be a very powerful daily with the engine we're going to be slapping in this thing. So if he wants to use it as a daily, he can just change the wheels and the rear suspension. And then this thing should be fit for driving daily as well. Although I think the gas mileage is going to be terrible in this thing. It's going to probably get like, I don't know how the Americans would say, but it's going to get less than 10 miles per gallon, which is going to be bad. Alright, let's grab these things. We're going to strip that in a moment. Just quickly want to dump this in the Alka Machina over here. What the? Collisions? Weird collisions. Okay, so that is all done. Alright, let's continue with this. I don't think we can take this off. Okay, we can. Okay, so we'll take off put the backpack away, Funcle. We can take the discs off before you can take the... Well, you can take the discs off before having to take off the calipers, which is not realistic. I don't think you can really do that. I sure as heck wouldn't try this. Trying to take the brake discs off before you take the calipers off. Yeah, that is not very possible. Okay, so brake caliper over here looks decent. That is not good enough for JD's car. So I'm going to hang on to this caliper. We're kind of stockpiling up on parts, more or less for our shop as well. Because I think some of those parts might actually fit the Firebird Pontiac. So we'll hang on to those a bit. But as I said, guys, stuff like this that's worn quite badly, even up until 62% is not really good enough for me. That hub is good. That hub is not good, so it's going to be in the bin. This is going to go back onto JD's car at least because it's good. Hub carrier, you can see that is shot. Oh, I never checked this brake caliper. What's this brake caliper like? 88%, which is actually good enough. How's this? 80%. Okay, so we'll get some new brake lines. Damn, if this was real life, I would have banged the living crap out of my head over there. Okay, so there's the brake hose for that corner, which, well, we're not going to use it again. The crossmember itself is still good, so this could actually go straight back onto the car. We are going to check the strut rods. So let's get them out of here. Come on, fall down. There we go. Strut rod 52%, 72%, which is still... it's below 75, so no, stick to your rules, Funcle. This caliper is still good, but we need to change the pads in it. Okay, so we'll put all the good stuff on the table. Yeah, this is also the good stuff, or one of the good stuff, or the good thing, or good something. 52%, that can go over here. Okay, what do we got in here? We've got busted tie rod. Okay, it would help if I set the damn thing to loosening. Alright, let's just, you know what, let's just go crazy bonkers. We're gonna unbolt every single thing. Let everything just drop down. So we can have a look at it. See what it's all about. Okay, is that everything stripped off of this thing? Yes, there we go. Crossmember is stripped completely. So this is a good part. We can pop... No. We can pop it back onto the car. Zip it down. Zip it down. The engine is coming out anyway, so I'm not going to bolt the engine mounts back on. 65%. No good. 70%. It's below 75. It's going in the bin. Tire at 73. 64. 65. 98. This is still good. Can you reuse the steering box, so that can go back onto JD's car here. Okay, and yeah, as I said, these things are a little too worn. What's this? 70%, 65, and that is roasted. Okay. Alright, so that is going to conclude the suspension teardown for this motor vehicle. Okay, so we're going to grab the engine out next, and yeah, as I said, the gearbox is probably going to be stuck now because we can't get the gearbox out because Funcle didn't undo the drive shaft like a knob. But okay. Let's bygones be bygones, Funcle. That is what happened. It is what it is. So just leave it as it is. Man, this thing looks good with this new paint job already. And guys, this engine actually doesn't seem to be in terrible shape. We'll get a decent idea of once this thing is out of here, what it's like. Okay, did we take the fuel line? I think I did, yes. The fuel line is removed. Alright, here comes the engine. Engine is 93%, which is good in my opinion. So at least, well, the engine block, Funcle, is 93%. Okay, so we can use this engine block as the base for our engine rebuild. But I am going to be changing all of the worn parts. Some of the parts we're even going to upgrade to HP parts. So let's also strip off the radiator here. Radiator can definitely come out because we're going to inspect it first of all, which it is bad. It's 46%, which is a worn part in my opinion. That hose looks almost brand new. Alright, lower hose, 90%. So the hoses are good. The radiator is no good. Alright, so don't you freak out on us. Okay. So guys, what else can we really do over here? I wanted to take off the main brake line anyway, because that is part of the serviceable parts. Main brake line is still good. I'll reuse that one. Let's check the battery out. Yes, I know we can undo the negative first this time. Just do it the right way. Battery isn't bad, 72%. So we could keep this battery around the shop for another car. Might actually need a battery in this thing. No, this battery actually looks good. Let's see if we can steal this one out for him then, if it's better. Yeah, 86%, guys, you see? So we've got a good battery for JD. A very good battery, 86%. And we might even swap this with the one from the El Camino, then he's got an even better one. But yeah, we don't need to do that because reasons. Alright, windshield wiper thingy. We're even going to do attention to detail like this. We're going to make sure this thing is as good as it can be, which it is not at the moment. So that is going to be put in the bin. Okay, I still wanted to strip off this thing. Yeah, it's always a bit of a mission getting to those bolts. You need to kind of do this from the inside of the car, or you need to go sort of weirdly glitch yourself into it. That was the pedal bolts, Funcle. Why did you take the pedals off? Well, we need to inspect it anyway. 73%. This is 31%. So we're going to get new pedals anyway. So good thing I accidentally, on purpose, unbolted those. Okay, so interior. Well, I'm going to leave the steering column in for the moment, because I don't think we are going to get to the interior today. So what else can we still unbolt from this thing, engine bay wise? Probably the battery tray. Can we get the battery tray out? There we go, 55%. Yes, we need a new battery tray. Right, so that's going in the bin. Alrighty guys, so yeah, this brake master cylinder, I know it's not 75%, but it's still decent, so I'm going to keep it around for now. Look at me breaking my rules, but okay. Upper radiator hose is still good, so that can go on the table here. And this is also still good, so we can just put it... Where the heck did I put the other one? Okay, there it is. Okay. Alright. Screwdriver, we might not need the screwdriver on this engine because it's a base game engine. We are going to need the toolbox with mostly for the pry tool, for the gear that needs to come off, and for the socket wrench. If we're going to be doing this spark plugs, I don't even think we are going to take the spark plugs out, quite honestly, because we don't need it, because we're going to be buying new cylinder heads regardless of what the condition of these. Okay, so that is bad. Once again, not really bad. It's just not good enough. I mean, that is a complete air filter. Alright, carburetor, that is looking like a little rinky-dinky carburetor for this engine. So, as I said, we're going to be doing the supercharger. So this intake manifold is coming off, most probably, with everything attached to it. Well, with the carburetor attached to it. I could have actually just taken this thing apart with the, yeah, with the air filter on as well. Well, the intake manifold is actually not in a great shape, so it's a good thing we are going to upgrade the living crap out of this car. Let's just put this air filter back on so that everything is kind of less everywhere, okay? I don't know if I really need to hang on to this because it's 46%. Let's just chuck it in the back of the El Camino because this is going to be scrapped then, guys. So yeah, as for the engines, I will see if I find some parts that are... what the heck did we loosen up there? Okay, well, whatever it is, it's hopefully tightened back up now. I'm gonna... Yeah, well, we are going to be stripping the whole engine, so it doesn't really matter at this point, so... Yeah, we should actually move the El Camino closer to here now. I might check the carburetor on that, because that's one thing I didn't actually inspect now. And the whatchamacallit on there, the... Oh, come on, Funcle, find the word. The carburetor. Yeah, the carburetor. We need to find the condition of the carburetor. And I can't grab it. Why can't I grab it? What's keeping it from being grabbed? Okay, so let's just check the carburetor on that thing before I scrap the whole thing. Because maybe that carburetor is like 100%. And we need a carburetor for the under engine. So, yeah, you see? exactly what I said, guys. We've got a brand new freaking carburetor on this engine, or on this intake manifold, that I nearly just went and chucked away. So, okay. I've got a stock carb for one of the other engines. Brand new stock carb. So, yeah, that is good. It's going to save us a bit of money. So, let me quickly pull the Elka Machino closer, so that we can, yeah, load the crap parts straight from the engine into the back of the truck. Alright, let's back it up right over there. And why are the pedals kind of on top of the truck? I just saw the pedals here. What the heck is going on? Yeah, there's a bunch of weird things going on here. I can't really explain. Okay, so these pedals were just on top of the roof when I checked. But okay, whatever. It is what it is, guys. Alright, should we... Yeah, we should. Let's just take the whole crankshaft out. Just strip it out, because the crankshaft is bad in this engine. That's bad. You could probably inspect the clutch, pressure plate, flywheel, stuff like that, and just see. Maybe we are lucky and some of these parts are really good. Which, yeah, so far not really. Doesn't look like it is. Got a good flywheel. Alright, so it is actually worth checking these parts. Okay, so let's strip off the harmonic balancer thingy-majingy. Alright, the pulley is 75%, which is within the tolerance of our parts that we are keeping. Okay, so the rest of the stuff is basically junk, except for the flywheel, which is going back on JD's engine. Okay, let's check these pistons, although I'm going to put in HP pistons, because we want this thing to perform like a bat out of hell. 61, 61. Yeah, why is all this stuff so crap in this engine? I mean, that's 55%. That's, yeah, it's not even gonna bother taking the pistons off that are rusty and crusty on this. Even our camshaft thingy-majingy is looking bad. Okay, that's a good piston. That's a decent piston. That's a good piston. Okay, so we do have got some good pistons on here, guys. Not too shabby then. Okay. But yeah, everything else on this side is rubbish. Okay, I think it is. Yeah, that is all junk. Junk. I'm not going to bother tightening them down. It's just going to make it easier for us to carry everything at once. If we put it together like that. Okay. Alright, more junk. Yeah, so our poor Elka Machino is actually being used as a dumpster more than it's being used as a actual vehicle in this shop. Alright, so I think we should actually start putting the engine parts on this table, or underneath this table, or, well, at the lower part of the table, or on the lower part of the table, guys. There's the South African English coming in again. Yeah, sometimes I struggle with the English language. It's not my primary language. For those of you who are not familiar with who I am, I'm a South African YouTuber, and I am actually an Afrikaans guy. The South African viewers out there they will understand it if I say that I'm a boertjie, which means farmer, translates to being a farmer. That's just a South African thing, guys. So, yeah, if you are an Afrikaans guy, they call you a boertjie, which is, yeah, it's the translation for that is it's a farmer. So, yeah, just a little bit of piece of South African heritage there for you guys, the viewers. So maybe drop some comments down below. Which part of the world are you guys watching this from? So yeah, there we go. Let's see. Got a decent alternator. Once again, these parts are, yeah, they aren't rusty, but they are kind of crap because it's... And that alternator belt is gone. Poof. Okay, so this is going to be... Okay, well, let's just stick to our plan here. We're going to put the engine parts down here. Look how nicely I packed the freaking coolant bottles there. But yeah, that took me quite a couple of minutes to do all of that and rearrange the whole shop the other day. Okay, so this needs to come off, but I do want to check the fuel pump as well. So we're going to strip that off first. See, the fuel pump is good, and yeah, okay, we might reuse it. I might as well just do that because I'm not sure if JD has got the thumpy parts mod. So we might not go with the HP coil because that is, well, the HP, that thing, fuel pump. See, now we've got two V8 engines I need to rebuild still, so I'm kind of going to be keeping these parts around for that. The ones that I'm putting on the table, well, underneath the table, or under the table, or on the table. Crap, I think you guys know what I mean, but okay. So the ones at the bottom of the table, or on the bottom shelf of the table, are the parts we're keeping for ourselves. And I'm going to start putting them onto the floor next to there, because we're going to be rebuilding these V8s with those parts. But the parts on top of the table will be for JD's engine over here. Okay, so now that we've clarified that, or I've clarified that with myself, I think let's continue stripping. Okay, so there's the exhaust manifold for the left, which is 68%. Damn. Okay, yeah, this is making it very hard for me with my 75% tolerance thing that I've given myself, because now even parts of 70% condition might be better than the ones we've got on those engines. So at this stage I should probably just keep everything that's above 70% at this stage. Alright, yeah, we're gonna definitely build this engine up nicely for JD, guys. I'm not gonna put on any parts, although we might change this to HP ones, so that's going to probably go for one of our engines that we're going to rebuild for one of our other future projects. Why didn't this thing come off? Distributor, that can go over here because we're going to use it on our own engines. Kind of got a system going here. That's a brand new-ish timing chain, so that is for JD. All these parts are for JD's car on the table. Okay, can I grab my freaking wrench? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts on the rockers over here. Once again, parts for our engine, because we're going to give JD some performance parts. That's crap. It can go in the truck. Alright, and... okay, let's undo this manifold. %. That is... yeah, it's under 85%, so we're going to put it over there for ourselves to use on our own engine. Okay, let's see what's cooking down here. Alright, bad valve cover down there. I could actually turn this engine just like that so that we can work a little bit better. Not having to work crouched like that. Okay, rockers, 84%. Are the other ones also? No, those are 94%, but we're going to get the HP ones for this engine. Right, cylinder head number 1 coming off. Alright, 81%. That's one that we can keep around for ourselves. We'll check the spark plug once we get to that. I'm going to get some HP spark plugs for JD's engine as well. So yeah, this thing's going to be a total beast, guys, once we are done with it. And there went, well, there's the head gasket. It went over there on the floor, but that's junk. Alright, let's take off this cylinder head over here. Okay, there we go. That is a good cylinder head for our own engine, because we're getting the performance ones for JD's engine, so that can go there. Alright, this can come off. This is our camshaft sprocket. You can see that is looking bad. Alright, pry tool. And we've got a good camshaft, guys. Alright, let's put this camshaft over here for our own parts. Alright, so what else is on this engine block? It's just the ignition coil that I can see here. And then this thing would be basically stripped all the way down. Yeah, so that's a good ignition coil, guys. Once again, there is a HP version of the ignition coil, but I think it's a modded part, so we're not going to go ahead and slap that on. I haven't seen if JD has got the mod for the HP stuff from Thumpy's mod. So we are just going to be a little bit careful with that. But I think for the engine block going in this thing, I think what I'm going to do is we're going to make a color code for his engine. It's going to be this gunmetal gray color. Alright, let's go with a nice, easy color to remember. 50, 50, 50. I think, let's see what this looks like. We're going to tick all of the boxes except for the chrome. And let's make the color that color of the engine block. And we'll also do a gunmetal gray color then. This color that I just sort of created. Okay, wait a minute. There's also some orange back here, but that's probably where the gearbox goes, so you won't really see it. But I'm going to know it's there. So let's quickly investigate a little bit further. What parts are those? Okay, so we had that. That is the rear part of the engine with this. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's just see. 50, 50, 50. Okay, now we need to hit escape. Okay, so that changes the internal parts of the engine as well. The orange parts that we've got over there, but the cylinder head parts, where the cylinder heads go, that stays like this silver metal color. So I think this actually looks good, pretty decent. It's a little bit better than the even the modded engine blocks. Well, just in my opinion, guys, it looks a little bit better like this. So yeah, I think what I'm going to do now, since we are already past our 1 hour mark, guys, I'm going to end the episode right over here. It's been quite a bit of a blast for me, making this episode, stripping this car down. So yeah, I think before we do our outro for today, let's quickly jump into the Alka Machino here, guys. I'm going to blow the living crap out of my ears again now, as we are going to go and sell all of these parts in the back of the Alka Machino. We did drop some parts over there, which is not great. Okay, let's just put it in neutral. Okay, so this is... yeah, that's also junk. Where the heck am I going? Okay, so these parts, that's kind of here right at the back of the engine. They're kind of like peeling out of here. Okay. I think if we sit down in the car, they should actually lock in place. Can we just keep an eye on them? Alright. Let's just reverse back into our little pawn shop square. Right over there, and I think the tools are good. Let me just double check the tools at the back here. Yeah, they are all mounted, so we're not going to be selling those. And brace yourselves. Okay, holy crap. Yeah, that was a bit loud, but okay. So everything is sold. We made a little bit of money. So yeah, guys, I think we actually did pretty well in this episode. There's a whole lot going on. We've got a whole lot of projects going on. And we've got a little bit of money at least. It's not too bad. So I think we are definitely going to make a little bit more money with the auction of the wagon over here, because I'm going to be putting this thing up on auction. So if you guys aren't part of the Discord server yet, there is a link down in the description, and there will also be one at the end of this video, which you guys will see in about, yeah, probably like in the next 30 seconds if you are still watching. So yes, thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate every view, every like. And also I had to ask, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, please consider doing so. I will appreciate it very much. But yes, guys, I will see you all in the next one.